Good morning to you. It's almost 7 o'clock here on the East Coast, and I'm Anne-Marie Green. For those of you waiting to get that relief check in your bank account, we have some good news for you. In just a few hours, Congress is expected to completely pass President Biden's nearly $2 trillion COVID-19 economic relief bill. The House is making this its top priority this morning, hoping to send it to the president's desk shortly after. The package is more than double the size of the 2009 stimulus bill former President Obama signed with then Vice President Biden by his side. Debra Alfarone is following the latest from Capitol Hill. Debra, the financial aid cannot come soon enough for many Americans who are still struggling.
Absolutely, Anne-Marie. We're hearing that 4 in 10 Americans, according to a new poll, are really feeling the financial squeeze. And that's from either losing a job or their work slowing down. And what's more, we're also hearing in this poll that the financial crisis has hit Black and Latino workers disproportionately, with more being laid off. So we're thinking about all of this as we hit this 1-year mark. It's been almost 1 year since life changed as we know it.
House Democrats are expected to pass the $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief bill this morning, sending it to President Biden's desk.
I'm so excited, I just can't hide it.
The bill includes $1,400 stimulus checks, extra unemployment benefits, and a new child tax credit that Democrats say will help lift nearly 10 million children above or closer to the poverty line.
With cutback hours and being a single mom, anything helps at this point.
Brianna Proudfoot works in the hard-hit tourism industry. She and her son moved to Nashville just as the pandemic began.
Childcare has been our biggest issue since moving here, actually. Finding reliable babysitters that don't charge more than I make.
Today, President Biden will host an event at the White House with Johnson & Johnson and Merck to discuss their partnership to make more vaccines.
On January 20th, there was a 7-day average of 890,000 shots per day. Today, we're averaging 2.17 million shots.
Nearly 10% of eligible adults have been fully vaccinated.
I've already seen people getting more comfortable about coming inside.
Businesses like Nick's Restaurant in Wisconsin are starting to serve more people as restrictions ease up.
I remember having 100 people in here, no big deal, and I turn around, I see there's 25, 30 people, and felt a little busy.
In Texas, the state's mask mandate and all capacity restrictions expired last night.
So many health experts are really concerned about the easing of these coronavirus restrictions, coupled with spring break on its way. And they're hoping that people aren't going to start traveling, because that could really end up spreading these variants even more, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, it certainly can. Debra, tell us a little bit more about the timeline for the relief package today. What can we expect from the House?
So the House is going to meet at 9 a.m. and this is how it's going to go down. The House Rules Committee, they're going to talk about setting the rules. Then they're going to vote on the rules. Then they're going to debate the bill, and then they're going to vote on the bill. And it's expected to pass. We're not expecting any big surprises here. After that, it's supposed to go to President Biden's desk, and he says he is going to sign it as soon as he gets it.
So we mentioned earlier that this package is more than twice the size of the 2009 stimulus deal. Last night, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer compared the American Rescue Plan with the relief package signed years ago by former President Obama. It's probably more popular than the relief bill back then. What did Schumer have to say about it?
You know, it's interesting. He was talking about it, and he was saying that back in 2009 that they basically made a big mistake. And then he took a swipe at Senator Susan Collins, saying she was a big part of it. But he said at the time, you know, they needed more stimulus, but they cut back on it. And then he said that resulted in a 5-year recession. This time around, when Republicans came with their pot of money that they wanted to have, he said it was so far off that it wasn't a really serious offer. So there's that. He also shared that he worked with Senator Joe Manchin to kind of come up with a compromise on unemployment, which was, of course, one of the very important parts of this whole thing.
That's very interesting because, of course, there is going to be criticism. There was no Republican support in the Senate, and, likelihood there'll be very little, if any, in the House. And so there's criticism that the Democrats are sort of shoving this through. Maybe he's getting ahead of that criticism. Debra, thank you very much.
You're welcome.